Thank you very much.
Kaufman is Alive. I look at comic books new and old. Today I'm looking at some new comic books, Ultimate Spider-Man issues 19 and 20. I wanted to look at these because I really liked issue 19 and I really didn't like issue 20. So I thought this would be an interesting video to do kind of a compare and contrast of both of these comics. We can start with the covers here. Issue 19's got this really awesome cover by Tradd Moore and Heather Moore. Super trippy. I love this leg on Spider-Man here. And just all these other little poses coming out of him and the webs. The perspective on these buildings, everything just gets really crazy as you get further down in the piece here, but just an awesome drawing. I like picking up variant covers too to this any of the Ultimate books, because on the interiors you get the main cover as well. And these main covers are by the main artist on this book, Marco Checchetto. And he does the interiors on issues 19, but on issue 20, we got David Messina doing the interior artwork. And Annie Wu is on the cover for issue 20. And the way Spider-Man looks here on this cover is kind of how I was feeling reading this issue. But we'll get into it because we'll start with issue 19. And because I really like this issue. This issue was a lot of fun. Not just a great cover here, but some cool stuff happens in this issue. This came out in July, and then issue 20 came out in August, as it says there. And we've got Richard Parker, who's the son of Peter. He's started a relationship with Felicia Hardy, the Black Cat here, but she's kind of in league with the Kingpin. So at the end of the previous issue, we were kind of left with Richard being confronted by Kingpin and his Sinister Six here. So what's Richard gonna do? Well, he asks the symbiotic suit to take over, the Picotech suit that he's wearing, and it does just that, and we get the first appearance of Ultimate Venom in this series. And Richard has started calling himself Venom too, but we finally see the suit take over for the first time, and this is what it does. Pretty incredible splash page here by Marco Checchetto. And then we get just some awesome pages of Venom just causing complete carnage, if you pardon the pun here. And he completely scares Felicia. She's crying. And Richard apologizes for scaring her. But this sets up the Kingpin trying to figure out what they just witnessed. And we see kind of all the subterfuge going on between all the players of the Sinister Six. They've all kind of got their own motivations here. None of these bad guys are really all in it. They're all in it for themselves, basically. So, well, we've got Negative Man. He's saying he's stronger now. He wants to know about the monster. And Kingpin's got no response. And Negative Man saying more secrets. And he's explaining that they laid that trap to try and find out who Spider-Man was. And he thinks that Felicia knows more than she's letting on. So they're going to keep her at arm's length for now. And Mole Man asks what Kingpin plans to do when he gets Spider-Man's real identity. And Kingpin says, in no particular order, I'm going to kill him. So we got, this is Gwen Stacy and Harry Osborn. They're married in this book, and they're also the Green Goblin and Mysterio. And we see Mole Man enter Peter's apartment here. It's kind of a funny bit, because they're on like the 3rd floor, and Peter asks, how'd you even get up here? And Mole Man just says, that's how my powers work. So that's pretty cool. I liked that little bit. But he's basically warning Peter that Kingpin's going to kill him, because Mole Man's playing both sides here, and for some reason he's helping Peter. And Mole Man's explaining that everything that he's witnessed so far, basically he thinks that he should leave, and he offers to help Peter if he wants it still. And then Richard tries to sneak back into the house, but he gets caught by Mary Jane and Peter, and Mary Jane is pissed. So her and Peter go and have a conversation, and for the first time we really see Mary Jane start to look concerned about everything that's going on. One of my criticisms of some of the previous books was just that her entire life's been in upheaval, and she seems to have been taking it pretty well for the most part, and had all the confidence in the world in Peter and what they were doing. But here she's finally starting to question everything that's going on, and she wants to know everything that's been happening between Peter and Gwen and Harry. And a great profile of Mary Jane here. I love that piece. Really cool drawing, and a really great issue. I thought that the Venom stuff was really cool, and not a lot of Spider-Man, as there has been throughout most of this series, which has been a main complaint as well, is a lot of the side characters get most of the shine in this book, and we hardly get any Spider-Man. But at least we got a few pages of Spider-Man in that book, because in this issue there's absolutely no Spider-Man at all. It's just all this, basically this entire issue is a conversation between Mary Jane, Harry, Gwen, and Peter, with Mary Jane just trying to get all the answers about everything that's going on between these three, including she wants to know everything about Gwen being a Mysterio. So just a lot of faces all throughout this book. I did not really like this issue at all. There's only one punch thrown in this entire issue. And I feel like every time we get a David Messina issue, it's like this. And I don't know if that's because of what Jonathan Hickman, the writer, is giving him to work with, or that's just David Messina's MO to draw lots of faces. It just seems to be everything that he draws. He draws great faces. There's no doubt about that. Kind of reminds me of some Adam Hughes stuff. I think he draws some really good faces. I like this panel down here of Gwen. Mary Jane finally confronts Gwen in the bathroom about everything that's going on, but she thinks Gwen's being pretty reckless, so she just punches her to try to knock some sense into her, literally. And Peter and Harry are starting to wonder where they are. They've been in there a while. Mary Jane comes out with this look on her face that you never want to see on your wife, or your friend's wife for that matter. And she tells Peter he's a good man, and she tells Harry he could be too, but his wife's gonna get everyone killed. And then on the final page we see Mr. Negative sharpening his sword here. So a very disappointing issue number 20. And again, Peter's expression here is kind of how I felt reading this issue. But I do like the dynamic between all these characters. Has a very Archie Comics feel to it. And this cover kind of encapsulates that. But this comic is certainly takes itself pretty seriously. It's not a silly Spider-Man comic. Kind of an adult, grown-up version of Spider-Man. And I have appreciated that about this series. Loved issue 19. Number 20, you could probably skip, but I definitely recommend picking up issue 19. It's got that first appearance of the Venom, Ultimate Venom in this. So only a few more issues left of this series. I guess we'll see where it goes after that. And I want to thank you again for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't yet. Like the video while you're here. You might as well, right? And go read comics.